Alright guys, we're at the Darling Park here in Sydney. Oh my god. Hey, what's up? Hey.
Sign my wing, please.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, sign my wing.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you, dude?
Immaculate.
Honestly, thank you so much for coming past, taking photos. It really means a whole lot, guys. So, thanks again. We'll speak real soon. Catch ya. Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Wong, and today guys, we're going to be doing the long-awaited build breakdown of the Nissan Silvia S15 Spec car. If you guys saw my recent video about me picking this car up, it's my absolute dream car. We bought it over in Sydney, and we drove it back over the course of the weekend, and it has been an absolute joy. It's everything that I actually envisioned about in a Silvia, and so much more. And after driving it through the 9 hours, bringing it back to Melbourne, it's been absolutely amazing. I honestly can't seem to find many faults in this car at all. It's been really, really done up to a very, very high standard. And so we're going to go over everything there is to know about this Nissan Silvia that I bought. It's just still quite emotional for me. This car has been something that I've always wanted for quite some time. To give you a bit of background history and as to why it is my dream car. 4 years ago, I bought a Nissan Silvia Spec R, just like this. It was a JDM model. It was active red, so AR2. Supposedly, it was fully built. It was done up to a very high standard, built by Advance over in Sydney. Bought the car, drove it back to Melbourne and realized, hey man, this is a bit of a lemon. So, long story short, I found out that the car has been in many accidents. It wasn't as described, and it was actually really, really disappointing. And so it left a really foul taste in my mouth about Silvias. And since then, I didn't really want to get back into one just because I thought they were all just pretty much banged up. 2 years later in COVID, I really wanted to get back into the chassis because of all the cars that I've been driving out here on the channel. It's been a little bit of a bait. And I end up buying the cars that I've driven just because they're just so much fun to drive. And so the Silvia was high on my list. But second to that, it was actually a JZX100 Chaser. And that was the car that I ended up buying, which is also my dream car, but it was second fiddle to the S15 Silvia. And so I bought the Chaser. You guys would have probably already seen the video. And if you haven't, please be sure to check that out because that thing is absolutely sick. In all honesty, guys, the Chaser was the second dream car for me. But number one, it was always the S15. And so throughout the course of the 2 years since COVID hit, I've been looking high and low across Marketplace, Gumtree, car sales, you name it. I even looked in Japan to get a good one, but because prices have been going crazy for the S15, because of COVID, because of America wanting to get this car in about 2 years' time, it's been absolutely ballistic. And so as soon as this car got listed, I had my eyes on it and we quickly signed a deal, an agreement to actually get this car. So it's been a few weeks in the making, and I can't believe it, guys. This is it. This is the Silvia of my dreams, and in so many ways, this is everything that I want in a car. So we're going to talk about it in full detail. I know I've been rambling, but I got so many comments about why the S15 is your dream car. And to put it into a little bit more perspective, I've driven hundreds of cars out here on the channel, and there's just something about the S15 that's raw, that's driver focused, and it's just back to basics. Rear-wheel drive, manual driving, fun. It's a driver's car, and that's just all I really want to experience in a car today. You know, I've driven GDRs, NSXs, FDRX7s, I've driven them all, but there's just something about the Silvia that just screams driver's car for me personally. And alongside the JZX100 Chaser, it was just a car that I wanted in so many ways. And because of that history of having another one in the past, I just had to do it right the second time. And I'm this is it, guys. So without further ado, we're going to talk about everything there is about this S15, from the exterior to the interior, and then the thing that you guys probably want to know most is what's underneath the bonnet of this S15, because there's something really, really special, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. So let's go for a quick overview of the exterior. So guys, this is a 1999 Spec R. This is a JDM model. It's a Nissan Silvia from Japan that was imported into Australia. This guy's been in the country for about 15 years. It's pretty much born and bred out here, so it's got no rust, no accidents, nothing at all. It is very, very clean for what this car is. For something that's 20 plus years old, it's pretty shocking to find a car of this caliber in this condition, especially because, you know, this is notoriously a drift car, a track car. These things are known for that, and to find something that doesn't have that kind of history is extraordinarily rare. So I'm super happy about the condition of this vehicle. The JDM S15 Spec R Nissan Silvia is the highest spec that you can actually buy from Nissan. It's better than the 200 SXs that we got here in Australia, and also the highest one that you could get over in Japan. So this car has the SR20 DET, 6-speed manual transmission. This is the one to buy. It's also in pearl white, so my dream specification in terms of color, combo, and everything. It is, however, not an aero car, as you can see. It does have the aero side skirts and the aero rear pods, and they're all genuine. I've also got another set of rear pods that the owner has thrown in, so I've got two genuine sets of rear pods. It doesn't have the aero front bar, but hey, it might be in the works very, very soon here on the channel. So definitely stay tuned. Quick edit from future me after doing all the talking. I forgot to mention that this car actually has an auction grading of 4B. And I also spent $1,000 getting this car checked over by Croydon Racing Developments over in New South Wales. They did a full compression test, leak down test, put the car on the hoist, checked pretty much every single bolt on the car, and they also did a full dyno run on the vehicle. Now this car actually makes a grand total of 316 kilowatts of power at the rear wheels, and I completely forgot to mention that, and that's on E85 on the flex fuel that this car currently has. It makes 100 kilowatts less on 98 octane, but effectively it makes close to 500 horsepower at just the rear wheels in the SR20 DET that's in this S15. So just thought I'd mention that, so it's going to be snuck right in between all the content about the car. So back to the video, guys. I'm not hinting anything, I promise, but there's a lot of things that's going to be happening to this build, so you definitely do want to stay tuned. But as you can see from the exterior, it's a really, really clean example. You've got the Silvia badge here. It's got a big intercooler that's actually plasma mat, and it kind of gives you an idea of what's packing underneath the bonnet. But yeah, just a stock, tidy example. There really are no flaws on this car. I mean, there are a few rock chips. To my understanding, the previous owner told me that it's pretty much stock factory paint. However, the front bar and the rear bars have been painted just because they tend to be a little bit of a different color, being plastic, and of course the rock chips over time. This car actually has 229,000 Ks, but it really doesn't present like a car with that amount of kilometers. It's very, very clean. If we go for a quick walk around and have a look, it's got SSR SP5 in shadow black chrome, and if you dive into the wheel hub, you'll see it's got 33 GDR Brembo brakes. You've got massive slotted discs. It's just a really nice combination, and it's also got Michelin PS4, so good tire, good wheel setup. Not really sold on it particularly, and as you guys have seen in the previous video, I do have something very special in the works to go on this car. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to go back and have a look, but really, really cool, neat combination. And honestly guys, the side profile of the Nissan Silvia is probably one of my favorites. It's just so sleek. You can see the angular lines, it's just epic. They really don't make cars like this anymore. And honestly, I don't think that this car looks like a 20-year-old car. So it's really, really neat. The rear brakes have also been redone with the 33 GDR Brembo setup. Just a really, really good package, and everything has been done super nicely on it. It's got some Yashio factory tail lights, the rear pods. It's also got a full custom 3-inch catback exhaust, as you can see. There's a lot of things to this car that you can't actually see. It's underneath and within the skin of the metal, or underneath the skin of the metal to be exact. But you can see it's got the Nissan badge, Silvia here. I don't know why this is a bit wonky, but I'm definitely going to remove this. Not too sure why it was left like that, but definitely going to be deleted in the future. I like the JDM touch of having the rear wiper. Also, you can see it's JDM because it's got this. But yeah, just a very, very neat and tidy example of a Nissan Silvia. Rear quarter, it's got the OEM rain guards, Spec R stickers, and I think this would be a good time to show you the interior of the car. It is pretty much a factory interior. You can see it's got the door sills, it's got the OEM Spec R gauge pot, which is the boost gauge. It's a little bit dark in there, but hopefully I put some nice overlay footage of the interior. You can see here it's got the Spec R steering wheel. This is in fantastic condition. If we have a quick look inside, it's also got the Sony double dead head unit system that's got Apple CarPlay. Something that I really like about it, and that's actually the air vents, because it's super reminiscent of the DC5 Type R. Some aftermarket gauges here, air fuel ratios, just to make sure that everything is running in good order, because this car has a very, very serious package under the bonnet. So let's show you guys. It's quite extensive, I must add. This is something that I wanted to find in a car. I wanted to find a particular build that was done up to a high standard so that I wouldn't have to go down the route of building it and doing it up. You know, I've got a fair few builds on the channel already, and finding something that's been done well is few and far between. So this thing, not only does it look really good in my opinion, the engine bay has also been done up to a very, very tasteful spec. Full disclosure, it's not fancy, it's not clean, and this car right now is exactly the way I got it from the owner over in Sydney. Here it is, guys. On first inspection, the SR20 DET in this S15 looks pretty stock. And in actual fact, it kind of isn't. Everything's been really done well in a way that's hidden, subtle and discreet, and I really, really like that about this car. It still uses the original specs in terms of the routing for the intercooler system, as you can see, and it's also got the big fat plasma mat, Grop M carbon fiber intake over here. But guys, this car actually has a fully built motor. It's got a ported head as well. I'm not going to pretend like I can remember everything that's been done to it. I literally just got this car, so you're going to actually see me reading a script for the first time. So in actual fact, guys, I'll read it out to you real quick. It's got a built motor, headwork, it's been ported, cams, pressure tested, etc. GTX Garrett 2867 turbocharger. It's got a full exhaust, Link G4, ECU, HKS coilovers, 33 GDI Brembos, and Nismo 1.5 weight diff, Cusco, everything arms, and yeah, it just doesn't really look like that kind of car upon looking at it from the outside, and even the engine bay, which honestly blows my mind. And I really wanted something like this because it doesn't have a whole sort of battery tray. It doesn't have anything that screams cop bait particularly. Everything is very, very, very subtle, and that's exactly what I wanted in a Silvia. So just to give you a bit more of an idea about what's been done to the motor, the engine was fully built by Uni Group Engineering over in Sydney. They're really well known for their SR20s. It's got Marley forged pistons, pins, rings, Eagle con rods, ARP head studs. The head has been serviced and reconditioned. It's been pressure tested. The valves have been serviced. The tappets are set. It's been ported. Unicams, camshafts, Supertech valve springs, Nero rocker stoppers, Tomei head gasket, and the VCT has been replaced 6,000 kilometers ago. I could go on and on, but literally everything has been done on this, and I've got receipts probably the size of a Bible. So guys, it's very, very extensive. I've got all the paperwork and the history, and I just know that this is a really, really good car, and for it to be able to withstand 9 hours of constant driving, I was beating on it pretty hard as well. It's just a testament to how this car was put together. I'm after cars that are very, very clean, very tasteful, and so this really has the foundations of everything that I'm looking for. You know, just a few bits of tidying up here, redoing the engine bay, tidying up a bit of the wiring, making sure that everything's really clean. That's really what I want to achieve with this car, and there's a lot more things in the pipeline as well. You know, I'm just pretty much teasing you guys with everything that's going to come for the S15, driving it, looking at it. It's just such a sweet thing, and I don't know guys, there's just something about the Silvia that just invokes a driving experience that is so different to everything that I've experienced, especially for the price point. I think it's a really, really good bargain, even at the inflated rate that it's going for nowadays. I think it's so much fun, and honestly guys, this is definitely my favorite car that I own at this current point in time. It's just absolutely sick. You know, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that has shown support to this channel over the years. It has really grown to be something a lot more than I could ever imagine. It's been out of a dream, to tell you the truth, you know. And guys, at the time of making this video, I'm just about to hit 60,000 subscribers. You know, when I picked up the DC5 a little over a year ago, I was on 25,000. So to see the growth, the development of everything, and just all the support that I've received over in Sydney, in Melbourne, you know, it really is life-changing, and I can't thank you guys enough. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up this video of the full breakdown of the Nissan S15 Spec car, my absolute dream car. There's so much more exciting content that I have in store with regards to this baby. It's just so exciting to bring a new car onto the channel, especially something that I've dreamt about owning. And you know, I've had nights where I'm thinking Silvia, Silvia, Silvia. Now it's finally next to me. I'm just gonna go absolutely crazy on this build. You know, I've still got other cars that are being worked on through this time. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do me a massive solid and hit that subscribe button. If you have also enjoyed the content thus far, make sure you smash that thumbs up button in the comments below. Tell me what you want to see done on the Silvia next, as well as other content that you want to see here on the channel. And that's about it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.